we're live. Mega, 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 mega. Mwah, 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 mwah. Love shout out to everyone. Magandang umaga, tanghali, gabi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and konbanwa to everyone. Magandang gabi and welcome to Icy Fit live stream. O, diba guys? How are you guys today? It's nice to be Saturday for some people. Me, on the other end, I don't feel it's a weekend cause ganon. And of course, to Rian's Cree BFF, ayan, mega love shout out to you, my admin. Thank you for coming. And to all the people that are going to stay today in this live stream. We have something different today. And I hope the last time I tried doing this, I kind of fail because it's like there's so much things that I have to do, and it's sometimes so overwhelming to do everything by myself. You know what I'm saying? But today, I hope I prepared everything. It's good, and there's 2 segments that I'll be doing today that is different from other live streams that I've been doing. It's just kind of like I just thought. From time to time, because I'm not really good at social media, you know, sometimes it's just hard for me to kind of like post things and stuff like that. But I do have that feeling of sometimes I want to share stuff, especially when you comment on my videos. There's some interactions, but sometimes it's so hard to kind of like type everything that I need to say. So there are a lot of new stuff, maybe new stuff. If you've been in Icy Fit, you'll probably know that there's a lot of stuff going on in my channel. But that's what we do here because this is all about life journey. Yes, and keep up the good work, Ice Fit. Prescott Oseji. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Oseji. And hello to you, Prescott, and of course to Felipe G. Hi, Icy, and hello, admin. Thank you guys for coming. So, Prescott, I think it's your first time live, right? What time is it over there, and where are you from? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, diba? Ang formal ko, guys. I'm so formal. Mega love shout out, Prescott Oseji. Oseji. I don't know. I'm probably butchering it. So, our first segments, I don't know which one I would do. Like the first one or the second one. I feel like I have to ask you guys what am I supposed to do. But of course, this is just chatting. So, if you have any rants, if you have any kind of like thoughts that you've been keeping this whole week, now is the time to talk about that. Let's have discussion and stuff like that. And Leo Villa TV. Ay, wow, may pagganon siya. Alec. Is that you, Alec? Ikaw ba yan, Alec? parang ikaw yan, Alec. Am I correct? O, diba? Okay lang ba yung lights ko, guys? Parang naguguluhan ako sa mukha ko, guys. Ayan, Leo Villa TV. Ikaw to, Alec, no? Let me know if this is you. O, diba? Ikaw nga yan. So, let's see. Kaloka ka. May paganong ka pa. O, diba? And Kalia Isla, oh. I miss you, Kaya. How are you doing, Kalia? Kumusta? Ayan, guys. To all of you guys in there, like sometimes I would be like into a long talk. Like I would yaw. In Tagalog, it's yaw. If I talk too much or like there's English that you want to be translated in Japanese or Tagalog, let me know because this is a multilingual live stream. Okay, guys? And also to my fellow Filipino, ayan, if you want to answer or you have opinions that I'm saying and you wanted to say it in Tagalog, please feel free to say that as well. Ganda mo pa rin, Sisi, ah? Talaga naman. Bakit? Pwede ba akong pumangit? Is that possible? Ano ba yan? I actually did something new with my hair. Look at that. I braided and then because it's springtime in Japan, so I bought this thing. It's like ano ba yun? Flower. It's like, you know, the spring Spring blossom. Sakura flower. Anyways, guys. Thank you. Oji ba? Uy, nasan ka na, Alec? I've been seeing you on Facebook a lot, and it feels like you've been traveling so much, or it's all throwback. O, diba? And of course, BFF, thank you. O, diba? Pag ganun yung heart ko, hindi siya pag ganon. Pag ganyan, pag ganon. Anyways, so our first segment for today, I just thought there are things in Japan. So if you're new in my channel, I am half Japanese and half Filipino, guys. So, and I'm living in Japan, Tokyo, Japan. I'm a Tokyoite. So there are a lot of things in Japan that I feel like all over or around the world, we're so known. Maybe if we're not known, let me know in the comments down below, that Japan has a lot of weird stuff. It's not just weird, but there are a lot of things that are so original that you probably couldn't get it in your country. Well, in a sense, there are a lot of things that you couldn't get in your country. Yeah, it's 9:04 a.m. Ooh, it's morning, so you're getting ready to work. Is that what it means, Praske? Or is it weekend? No, it's just Friday over there, if I'm not mistaken, right? Ayan. In Atlanta, Georgia, in America, US, diba? Thank you, US of A, diba? I miss America. You know what, guys? Before we do any other of our segments, I don't know if I've ever told you this story about how America and how much traveling, if you're a person who has an opportunity to travel outside of your country, how much of it is good for you mentally and of course life-wise. Can you say life-wise? Guys, if you're if you're native in English, sometimes my English, sometimes it could not be correct. So if there's something that I pronounced wrong, or if there's something that I've been using wrong, especially when I curse sometimes, although I'm not gonna curse here, there are just words that I used that are probably different on how you use it. So let me know that. Ayan. So the story is, so if you had the opportunity to travel, I would say go for it. Unless it's some country that, like, I don't know how to say that, maybe dangerous if you think. But the thing is, when you're traveling, do a lot of research before you go to that country. Just kind of like know, what are, the cases that could happen and stuff like that. Not being so negative about it. But the moment I started traveling, I feel like if a computer can have like memory, it's almost like your brain or your openness to things will just gonna be more and more. Like you're gonna be open to a lot of things that you probably wouldn't be even thinking about or feel like if you don't travel outside of your country. But for those people that couldn't have the opportunity to travel outside their own country, I also recommend, guys, you travel like, not if you live in the province, go to the city, just to experience stuff. Because when I was in the US, I don't know if I've told you this story, guys. I just don't know. But it's like a storytelling. But I've never felt so free. And the thing is, we've always known America is known to be like land of the free kind of thing, or land of the brave and stuff like that. All the, like American dream, there's also stuff. But it's almost like different in a way that when I was there, I feel free in a way that I know, not that I have identity crisis, and never had one, but what I'm saying is I just feel free in a sense where, because I am half, I'm usually, if I'm in Japan, a lot of my people wouldn't treat me as Japanese. Like, if I tell them that I'm Japanese, they would always tell me like, nah, you're not. Like they're the ones telling me I'm not. Like I don't know about that, right? So what your definition of a traditional woman? And I want to learn Japanese. Yes, a lot of people want to learn Japanese. So I'll go back to that question, Prescott. Because if I didn't continue this story, I'll probably forget about this. But I'm gonna cut it short, guys. So, and vice versa if I'm in the Philippines, not that I am half Filipina, but if I don't talk any Tagalog, a lot of my fellow Filipino people wouldn't think I'm Filipina. So, just imagine that. Maybe you don't believe it, but just take it as what it is. I'm telling you guys, okay? So, when I was in America, so I go in Washington State. There's a huge population of Japanese community over there, and also Filipina. There's a lot of communities. Like you can see them almost kind of like in a specific place in Washington. You'll see them right there. When I was in Filipino community, because they have Jollibee and stuff like that, when I was there, I couldn't hide. Like they know I'm Filipina. Like they really know I'm Filipina. And then when I go to the Japanese, community in Washington, everybody knows I'm Japanese. So for me, that's what it means free like. Like you don't have to not hide, but you don't have that feeling of like, where do you belong kind of thing. Not that I have crisis on that. So I think, part of, at least in, foreigners' perspective, that's what I felt like when you say something about free, because I really felt free over there, which is kind of nice. So going back to Prescott Oseji, what is my definition of a traditional woman? And you want to learn Japanese? Yes. Well, you have to there's one app actually that is really, really good if you want to learn Japanese. It's called Duolingo. I'm pretty sure that's a popular app. It's really nice, but I think most of it you have to have basic Japanese. But try that one. Download Duolingo. You'll probably have a good start with that. And of course, my admin says, how are you guys? Talk to my admin. She's down there, try to get to know her. And people, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe so you can chat with us in the live chat. We're all nice here. So, what's my definition? Okay. So, I've always talked about this because there's one upload that I made which is traditional, and I always ask what does traditional now means when in that video, Passport Bros and people that just spit out this word traditional. If you're asking me what traditional means for me is basically doing your part. Not the modernized way. Basically, the responsibility, if we're talking about being a mother, responsibilities of being a mother, acting the way he does. Traditional woman is like that. And at the same time, when it comes to culture, it's a lot different in places or in countries. But for me, the way my life developed, especially coming from a traditional country, I felt like traditional just means not being too modernized the way the world revolves around now. How women could do a lot of, stuff like men does, but at the same time, still trying to reach the goal of being motherhood and being the nice wife and all the traditional, except because it's evolutionized. I don't like when they say traditional and then they'll throw the words submissive. And the thing is, being submissive in a sense, if you're like that, there's nothing wrong with it. But the way the people says it, the way the stigma of the words submissive is not really, in a way for me, traditional. If you can ask me traditional. Because it's like everyone has different. It's like you pick and choose which is traditional. It's just what it feels like to me, especially if we have not the same culture. What traditional means to you might not be traditional for me. So I usually have a hard time when people use that context in a way of, looking for a partner and stuff like that. So perfect way to learn Japanese is get a Japanese girlfriend. I don't think so, Lee. Tell that to my husband. Diba? Ayan. It's Saturday in Atlanta, Georgia. Oh, so you don't work today, Praskit. Ayan. And how are you, Lee? Yes, I see. Feel your role, man protects and woman nurtures. Yes, I'm good admin. I feel quite good actually. And women are so hang up on a word. It just means follow the lead of the man and being cooperative. And the thing is, like when it comes to that, it just feels like, and this is just, oh my God, I'm going to say this. This is just an observation, guys, okay? Usually, oh my God. And don't, this is just observation. If ever any of you guys are watching this, prove me wrong then, okay? But in my own observation, I feel like that's why it becomes such a bad rap on that word, is because usually the loudest people who uses that word that they want submissive are the ones that doesn't act like a man. You know what I'm saying? You know, am I just crazy, or if someone of you guys think the same way as my observation is, let me know. Let me know in the comment. Ganda-ganda naman ni Idol. Ay, Topper Adventure, guys. Topper Adventure is also going to be an up-and-comer YouTuber. So if you guys wanted to know a lot of adventures in the Philippines as a Filipino, go and, try to check him out, Topher, ayan, pakibaba na lang admin, yung bahay ni Topher. You are crazy. Everyone has craziness, We just have to pick one, which is the bad crazy, and then the good crazy. But it's just what I mean. It's lately, because as you, it's been almost 2 to 3 weeks of trying to research around Passport Bros, and the equivalent of watching Passport Bros. You got to have a lot of recommendations from different content creator. And I was researching about this. I learned about a lot of, peel there, matrix there, and stuff like that. And it's kind of interesting. It's not just that sense, but for me, just life in particular, how people think, how people kind of implement the social media consumption in our lives, and how are we trying to have an opinion in another stuff, and then it rolls like that. It's just, for me, it's very, very interesting, educational from time to time. You don't like that word because it means responsibility. No. Who says I don't like that word? See, these are the things, sometimes when people talk, you have to understand what it means and don't kind of exaggerate what I'm trying to say. I said because of the word has a bad rap, because it's being used as something in a negative way from the loudest people. I don't know if, in my bubble anyways, that's how it feels like. When you say submissive women that are weak, and it's just a stigma. And I know, some parts, if you're talking about sex and stuff like that, submissive can be a good word. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to life, it could be really, really, especially now, the evolution of being a woman now, it's like, and I'm probably butchering the word evolution. I've always had a hard time using evolution in a sentence, but how we kind of like, developed, through the years, we become something reliable. We become, we could be independent, not to the extent, and don't over exaggerate my word when I say independent. I'm just saying we can actually try to do stuff by ourselves, like survive life by ourselves if we choose to be. So that's what I'm saying. So sometimes when you say submissive, usually the loudest. So that's what I'm saying. And you can always disagree with this because, as I've said, this is just my observation. And a lot of factors are into that, things that I'm watching, things that are around me. It couldn't be the same as what you have surrounding yourself, So what I'm just saying is, in my opinion, I feel like one of the factors that being submissive woman could have a bad rep, because people or men that keeps using this are in a way describe it as something different, like it's kind of like a down look, looking down kind of on us. So I think that's just one of the things that I feel like sometimes when you use a word, which sucks because it's a word, it is what it is. But sometimes through time, the word changes the meaning of it. Just like the word woke, So if you didn't watch that, please do watch my new upload. It's called Woke Madness. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you think it's the same thing as what I'm feeling in that video. And you really need to check Kevin Samuels. I know part of him, yes. And it's not negative. It's a word women interpreted as weak because they've been taught that. And who taught that? But in nature, without society and civilization, who is the dominant? Who is the submissive? It's the truth. Truth hurts. And the thing is, this is the thing about like certain movement or certain social issues that keeps arising throughout, the years. It's almost like we always wanted it to be like this and like this. Like back in the day, it's always like 50-50 when it could be 100-100. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, it's always like a struggle. Who's the dominant? Why can't it be just kind of like equal in a way where you share both the responsibilities? Why could it be that? Why couldn't be like, you coexist? That's why you're a couple with each other. It doesn't have to be one is this one and one is this one. It has to be both. Like you work together. It doesn't matter who's the dominant. Because sometimes, you know what? When you're in a couple, sometimes there are weakness, even if you're a man and you're supposed to be dominant and stuff like that, you also is also a human. You're gonna have time where you're gonna feel depressed. You're gonna feel sad. You're gonna be, there are situations in your life that might happen. And the thing is, maybe you're mentally weak. There are people out there that are mentally weak, and it's fine, And if you have a partner which is like mentally strong, then let her step up to the plate. It is both works. And it's just weird that sometimes it always comes down to like, who wants to be this? Who wants to be this? How about just treat each other nicely? Treat each other both with respect. It doesn't have to be like who is the dominant and who is the submissive. Just treat each other how you treat the other person, how to treat you. I think that's just what it is. And serve a survivor. Hello, everyone. Diba? I don't know. But I'm just saying that, obviously we all have different experiences, different opinions. Whatever works for you, do that. But at the same time, I'm just saying this is all about everybody's opinion. Everybody has a story to tell. Everybody has opinion. Now, if we don't agree with each other, set it out like that. But if it does not help you and you still have you cannot get your shit together, blame yourselves, guys. Okay? Because people around you wants to help. People around you wants to give you opinions, advice, and stuff like that. At the end of the day, it's you who are going to choose your own path. Ganon. Ayan. Yes, that's true. What is that's true? O, diba? Ano yung totoo, admin? Ano yung totoo dyan? Ayan. So, anyways, I don't know if I did answer your question, Prescott, but yes. In a way, if I'm just gonna think of traditional woman on top of my head, it's all about, my grandma, those people that are the word itself, submissive woman. That's the traditional woman in what I grew up with. Now, if you're gonna ask me what is a traditional woman for me, on my own opinion, on my own thought, then that could be different else, which is what I've answered earlier. So I hope I did answer that question, Prescott. Doing good. Just rolling out of bed, about to make coffee and breakfast. Good morning to you. Ohayo gozaimasu, Servo. So, yes, drink coffee. You have to. Do you have headaches when you forget to drink your coffee on time, Servo? Because you've been drinking, it seems like you've been drinking coffee every morning. So I wonder if you do get headaches when you get to not drink your coffee on time. Yung sagot mo, naintindihan ko siya ng konti. O sige nga, admin, ano yon? Ano yung naintindihan mo? Gusto ko. Gusto mo umakyat, admin. Akyat ka dito. Ayan, baka gusto mo. O, diba? Nah, not really. Oh, good for you. Because I did had that. That's why I always recommend people, if you're not drinking coffee, just don't drink coffee. Because, the downfall of it is if you wake up and you're so busy, you forget to drink coffee. One of the things is it depends on how strong your coffee is, but if you're one of like me back in the day, oh my God, you're gonna have headache if you couldn't drink coffee. So anyways, ayan. So our first segments, as I've said, in Japan, there are things that I've seen or I kind of wanted to share with you guys, just in case any of you are coming to Japan. Know that I'm going to do this every live stream, kind of share what I find, food or anything weird in Japan. Just kind of like a glimpse of what is everyday life in Japan. What are the products you see most of the time? And if ever you come to Japan, I'll recommend food, snacks, whatever that you should really, really try before even leaving Japan. Or if you have family in Japan, ask this particular product because it's really, really good. Some of them weird, some of them you shouldn't buy, things like that. We're going to talk about that today. Ayan. Leg and core workout yesterday day has me feeling it this morning. Yes, I actually did legs today as well. It's been a long time since I've done hip thrusts, heavy weights. Didn't really push myself today. It's almost like my mid personal record. I just kind of just take it easy for a bit before I get to jump onto it again. Anyways. Let's go. And this is what we called travel, guys. Ayan. So, this is what we call Japan travel. Everything, the ultimate guide to Japan. Ayan. So, anything that Ang ganda mo dyan sa picture, boss. Oh, thank you. I like that. Thank you, thank you. Ayan, I actually did the kimono thing, the whole outfit. So, also, in Japan, if you want to see like hanabi, you want to have an event of that. It's a big event. It's almost like New Year in the Philippines where everyone is doing their fireworks. In Japan, it's summer. It's like a big event in Japan where you go to a specific place and you watch, the beautiful fireworks, and it could be really beautiful. And at the end, sometimes they have characters fireworks. The one that I've had recently before pandemic was Pikachu. Pikachu! Ganon. So, first things first, let me see if I can do this correctly. And also, if you're living in Japan, you don't know this, some of the pictures that I'll probably show you, there are a lot of foods in Japan. Food is life as for everyone, but as I've said, as a personal trainer, do it in moderation depending on your goal, guys. So that's just what I'm saying, okay? So let's do this. Let's see. How am I gonna do this? I hope I can do this very, very correctly, guys. There. So Japan, travel. So these are quite of the foods that I think might interest you, or probably not, but it's weird. I would say these are the weird products, snacks, food that you can see in Japan, and usually it's pretty interesting, and then it could be gross at the same time. Do you copy, guys? Ayan. Pakita ko sa inyo kung ano yung mga pagkain na makikita nyo dito sa Japan. And sana, kung nakikita nyo to, try nyo lang, ganon. Ayan. O, diba? So, ito yung number 1, guys. Nakita ko to sa Don Quixote. So, if you don't know, guys, Don Quixote is like, it's almost like a tax-free for foreigners, where a lot of weird stuff, a lot of like interesting, anything like trending, you can find there. And if you're a foreigner and you come to Japan, if you show your passport, you don't have to pay for tax, especially if you're gonna buy a lot, which is like 5,000 yen worth of products. You should go to Don Quixote. So this one, this is kind of like a card. I was like shopping, like window shopping on like game cards kind of stuff. And then I find this weird because it's like unshi, which is unshi atsume. So poker. It's like a poker card for shit. Or for poop, I might say. Didn't bought it because I just thought I might have to share that with you guys. And if you tried this, if you've kind of like bought this in Don Quixote, let me know in the comments down below. Many food I want to try there. Exactly. There's a lot that are good. This one, it's actually like kare. You know sembe, guys. Sembe is rice crackers. It's rice crackers. It's Japanese snacks. But this is made out of kashimi. I don't know what's kashimi. Is it katakana? But it's curry. Like I would assume it's Indian curry or something. Curry flavored rice cracker. Also, didn't get to try it. But, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of sembe. I'm not really a fan of rice crackers. So, I don't know. If you're a fan of it, we have a tons of flavors in Japan. You should try them if you like it. So, next, diba? Pinapakita ko lang sa inyo, guys. Oh, this one, guys. This is actually kind of cool. This is tea. This is just normal green tea, This is a normal green tea. And it says, basically, you're burning and you're gonna reduce body fat. So if you drink this, you reduces body fat. But we already know that green tea is kind of like beneficial when you're trying to lose fat because it's antioxidant kind of like thing. But I like this tea. And it says it reduces body fat. So maybe I should drink them, right? I didn't look into the what is in there, but it's good. And also, I might add, in America, they actually sell green tea products, but I was shocked that their green tea is actually has sugar. It's sweet. And I noticed some Americans when they drink green tea or anything tea at all, they need sugar. Like they put sugar in it. I mean, in some other tea, I get it, but with green tea, don't drink green tea with sugar. It's just not. It's weird to me. I don't know about you guys, but it's weird to me. So if you're American, try drinking it without the sugar. It's very beneficial. And if you're in Japan, try this out because it supposedly reduces body fat. So I drink this tea all the time. The marketing reduces body fat. I bought 10, right? That's why I bought this too, because it says it reduces body fat. So, might as well just try it, right? In China, it's sweet too. They probably get it from Chinese culture. Oh, interesting. Oh, yes, because you've lived in China as well. It's so weird. But how about you guys? What are your favorite tea? Because for me, it would definitely be jasmine tea. I love jasmine tea. Really, 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 really loved it. So this one, I don't know how much can you see, guys, but these are Philadelphia cheese. I'm pretty sure. Nah, I wouldn't say I'm pretty sure because I'm not sure. This is American brand, right? Am I correct? I don't know if this is American brand, but the thing is, it's just funny to me because in Japan, we would always have cheese and it would always have like different flavors. And this one, if I'm not mistaken, this one is actually like, hold on. Yes. So it has plain, which is normal, and it has onion flavored cream cheese. I think that was weird. So I don't know in America or in other countries that have Philadelphia cheese, do you do this as well? Like different flavors? I don't know. And Prescott says, teach me about Japan. What was it like being raised in Japan? So I could answer this question. So hold on. Hold on, you guys. So the thing is, as I've said, I'm half Japanese, half Filipina. I was born in the Philippines and then I came to Japan. But then, like early on, like maybe 3 or 4 before I reached kindergarten, I come back to the Philippines, and that's kind of like where I stayed for the most of my childhood life. So after high school, then I get to come back to Japan and then leave here because this is my country kind of thing. So I don't know the question being raised, but I always explain this when they ask about how it is of my life. Short version is my childhood, it's all Philippines. Even though I come here in Japan every summer, it's not the same as living in Japan. But my adulthood, it's all Japan. So which one do you want to know? Yes. And Chinese blue tea is good. It's just cream cheese. It's blue cheese, Stilton blue cheese. Americans can't do cheese. I wonder who's the best cheese ever. Cause, like knowing how Japan kind of like to perfect every creation of food there is, I wonder how much of our cream cheese can compete to, I don't know who's the famous country who makes cheese, but I am I'm fan of cream cheese and American cheese. that's my guilty pleasure, guys. Like I'm guilty. I like American cheese. I like American grilled cheese. It's almost like my go to cheat meal if I could have it. When I chill and, just kind of like have munchies and stuff like that. So many countries in Europe do good cheese. Yes, it seems like it. Italians. Oh, I wonder, right? I am American. I know it's disappointing. A lot of people tell me. But I don't know, but sometimes I just like that. Like in the Philippines, a lot of people will probably say street food, Philippine street food is, like yuck or whatever. But for me, street food, it's just, it's my palate. I kind of like it. I like eating something, something garbage, I like cheese too, and sometimes I make cheese stick. Yes. Also that one. Like there's a difference between, the super fancy cheese stick that you can buy in a fancy restaurant versus the cheese stick you find in the corner of the Philippines. There's something different about it, something comforting. Maybe that's why they called it comfort food, diba? Ganon. So, what else do you want to know? Ayan, press kit. Just ask away. Just ask away. Okay. Anyways, let's continue, you guys. Ayan. So, next time, guys. Pepsi. I don't know. So in Japan, this is like a long time ago. I don't know if this one still exists somewhere, but I just remember I took a picture of this and I probably didn't post it. But this is supposedly good for fried chicken, which is kind of like, okay. This is how weird Japan can really be. We're so specific in every detail, but this is supposedly the thing that you have to eat with karage, which is the Japanese version of our fried chicken. Never tried one because I'm staying away on soda. And I'll tell you this again. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to like have a nice body, get rid of your fat, first thing that you should take out of your diet, and this is very doable. It's going to be hard at first because sugar is really, really, really such a B. But get off or like lean off on your soda. Just don't drink. Try to achieve the goal of not drinking any soda at all, any juice, any processed, drinks. You're gonna thank me later because this is the first step of you trying to lean down on sugar. Then you're gonna see the difference, when you're drinking soda. So that's probably the first very, very important thing that you should get rid of when you're trying to lose fat or lose weight. Ayun. So next guys, ayan. Oh, I don't know about this is the boar. BOAR. So what's a boar? I forgot it's a boar, but I've never had a dumpling that is made of boar. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. BOAR. Is it like a wild pig boar? But supposedly you can buy this on 7-Eleven. It's like dumplings but made of boar. If you want to try that out, we have that as well. I would say it's not Japanese, but maybe. And this one is actually like, sometimes you will see stuff like this in Japan. Like if you go to supermarkets, like this is because we have Momotaro, right? The boy that was, that was born out of a peach, So you'll see this from time to time, but I just thought it's really, really creepy in a way. It's just the how the baby come out of that. I don't know if you can see it, guys. I don't know if you see what I see, but it's just kind of weird for me, But you'll see this usually like this stuff. I don't know if you see what I see. I just thought just to throw it out there. And also in Japan, there are a lot of boxes like this, like super nicely wrapped food in a box. This is what we called omiyage. These are usually like the obligation you do when you're traveling. You buy these little things whenever you go. There's a lot of them like this, and you basically buy them and then give it to your coworkers, your family. Every time you travel, it's usually like this in Japan. But sometimes I'll buy them if I go to places. I'll buy them just because it's really, really nice. Like it's good. Like it's really, really good. This one is from Osaka, Kyoto, I believe. So if ever, just try to look at them. Even if you don't want to buy one, if you see those souvenir shops with this type of boxes that are kind of nicely wrapped, you should check them out because sometimes they'll have really, really nice stuff. And it is recommended to give when you come back to your country. So stuff like that. And also this strawberry. I've never... Well, this is actually yellowish in person. The picture didn't give justice. But this one actually is color yellow. Like I've never seen a yellow strawberry. Have you? So I don't know. I didn't really actually bought it, but wow, the forger! The forger, mega, 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 mega love. Shout out. How are you doing? Kumusta ka, the forger? Nakakita ka na ba ng strawberry na yellow? The forger. How are you doing? I like the hair, diba? It suits you. It's nice. It's nice. And of course, yun yung mga bagay na makikita nyo talaga dito, guys. So, those are the things. And of course, I also want to deal with some other stuff. Di pa! Anong di pa? Anong di pa? Ano ba yung tinanong ko? Nakalimutan ko kung ano yung tinanong ko. Ayan. The Forger, na-miss kita. Na-miss ka namin dito, The Forger. Kasi usually, Lee would be here, Radi would be here, and wala ka, gano'n. Parang lagi na kayong tatlo kasi 'di ba usually dati parang nasanay lang ako na pag nag-uusap tayo about dating, about relationships, merong balanse, 'di ba? Ganon. Pero kumusta ang love life, The Forger? Mukhang usually guys when they kind of like been silent, pag naging silent, usually it happens. Aw, thank you, The Forger. Wow. Ang bait naman. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you. O, diba? Thank you so much. Oh, long time no see here in chat, sir, The Forger. O, diba? Busy kasi more on travel and going outdoor. Kaya nga nakikita ko sa Facebook. O, diba? I love it. Sana all nakakapag-travel. I want to travel so bad. Like, I really, really want to travel. Especially to Europe. That's my goal. I want to go to Europe someday. Diba? And, ano na ba yung gagawin natin? And I'm enjoying my life. Exactly. I like that. So, ano naman ang mga natutunan mo while you're enjoying your life? Do you have any changes? Changes or realization of stuff? For the past few years. Pumasok na yung taon, The Forger. So, ano na yung mga natutunan mo? O, diba? May natutunan ka ba lately? Mga ganong bagay. Also, guys, we also have another segment where I'm gonna share you stuff today. Like, it's just kind of like random clips. Let's just kind of like, react on it maybe. Kind of like raise discussion. and stuff like that. So I'm gonna show you little bits and pieces of those little things. Ayan, live to the fullest. Exactly. But stay safe out there, diba? Live to the fullest. Exactly. I wanna live to the fullest. O, diba? Paano ba yan? Turuan mo kami the forger. Ayan. Teach us how to. O, diba? Kala mo hindi nagli-live to the fullest, diba? Ayan. So let's see if I can do this, guys, because it's really hard to kind of like do everything all at once. So let's see if I can do this. May bike na nga ako. Anong bike? As in bicycle or bike like motorbike? O, diba? Usually in Japan, we call bike like different or the other. So it's kind of weird sometimes. Ayan. I'm going to a group doing wow, nice. So hiking, mountain bike. Parang, uy, magandang i-vlog yan. Sabay. So this is the thing that sometimes I think a lot of YouTube creators or content creators out there, sometimes, like when you become a YouTube creator, one of the things that you should expect is it would irritate you sometimes that all the things you do, you think about of what it could be a content. It could be a content. So I hope, if you get into a YouTube creating or like you wanted to be a YouTuber, make sure to know where's the line to kind of stop and enjoy the moment rather than everything is all about what you do on YouTube. Because sometimes you have to understand not every people around you likes that. Sometimes they just want to enjoy the moment and you're ruining it. So, ganon. Ayan. No StreamYard learnings. Oh, you're here again. Ayan. We have StreamYard. Yes. Ayan. So, another one are segments. Let's. Oh, diba? Sorry, I am muted. Sorry. Okay. So I'm trying to like do this, like I've set a lot of videos. As I've said, this is kind of like going to be different one. So I'm going to kind of like show you some videos. Let's react on it on time. Like let me know your opinions and stuff like that. Because I think it's kind of like one way to have a discussion. Your different point of views. I want to know, I want to learn. And somehow, like if people out there watch this video as well, gonna pitch in. And if we ever stumbled into a social issue, it's kind of like nice to have information, knowledge of that particular topic. So it's kind of like making us kind of like self-growth, self-development kind of thing. O, diba? Ang bait ko. So, learnings. What do you have for us, learnings? Why you want to join? Yes, exactly. O, diba? Ayan. So, let's try this one. So, this video, because, lately we've been talking a lot about self-care, about self-development, about how to have a date, how to better yourself, how to feel confident. So I just thought this, when I watched it, I kind of thought of sharing it with you guys because I feel like it's short, but at the same time, it's a lot of meaning, and we can actually layer it down. So let's watch this. Hmm. I hope you can hear this as well, guys. So let me know if you cannot hear it. Okay, let me know. Talk and fun. Ooh, talk and fun. So like this guy basically, if I'm gonna ask you guys, how would you rate this guy? Like, everyone has a rating thing going on. Like from 1 to 10, how would you see him? Because he's doing this of, like he wants, like how it says how can I get girls, which is a lot of, like singles out there. Same thing as how can I get boys kind of thing. So basically he's talking like he'll be successful, right? So I don't know if some of you guys think that getting girls or getting boys is being successful is one factor that you think you have to attract the opposite gender. Am I saying that correctly? So the thing is like, like when you talk about being successful and then it says it doesn't change. Nothing changed. I think it's because sometimes it feels like, there's a lot of factors, but in the first place, I don't think he looks bad. Don't you think, guys? What do you think, guys? I don't know, but you know, that's what I'm thinking. I say I'm sorry I'm late. I also know the music in the video you're playing. Oh, what is it? Because I've been just watching this. So, how about you, Hayden? Now that you are in puberty, do you even think about girls, like on your same age? Do you feel like you have this kind of thing going on in your head? And this one. So basically, if being successful doesn't work, so he did the hair, skincare, gym. Basically, the appearance. The next thing that he targeted was appearance. More lady prefer bad boys. I know. And then they complain that they got ditched. Isn't that one thing that is a risk to have a bad boy? Is because and then you pretend no, it doesn't happen like that, girls. So yeah, I think all women would agree with that at some point. But if you want a stable mentality, you want a certain stable relationship, I think you should stay away from the bad boy thing. At the moment, I'm not interested in dating, but maybe I will when I grow up more. Yes, yes. Enjoy your kids, enjoy your childhood. You're gonna miss it when you become an adult. See, guys, I am because they like alpha male. Thing is, I've heard a lot of this lately, also the forger. Especially lately, we've been talking a lot about relationships, a lot of, like I've dealt with, those stuff. So it's like alpha, beta, beta. There's a like a very, very famous, but if we were gonna talk about alpha, yes, of course, of course, you want some. But the thing is, the how the social media and the super famous, like people, guru or whatever, sometimes the word alpha becomes different. Like, alpha is just, like super manly, but hey, Icy and everyone, and hello to you, 777 LMH. Thank you for coming to Icy Fit live stream. So we're talking about this guy. So how about you? If there's a lady out there right now, tell me, would you date this guy? Because in the first place, I don't think he looks bad. Like, I wonder why didn't he get girls?
Women are not like endless.
Okay. So that's the first one that we're supposed to react on. So the thing is, guys, I think because when you're dating, it's usually really appearance matters. No matter how much in denial we are sometimes, appearance matters to a lot of people. There's actually a lot of videos out there that are basically talking about, like rating yourself and how do you rate yourself. Like, how do you rate yourself? And if you were like 7, like there's this famous thing right now where if you are rated 7, that sounds like you were not good enough. But the thing is, if you think about it, 7 is almost like average of people. And a lot of us don't want to be average. I know that, guys. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of things going on and appearance do matter. So if you are trying something, if you're trying to date, usually you have to, it doesn't really matter if you have low self-confidence, and if the truth of the matter is you're not in the pretty or handsome category, like better yourself, like one thing, going to the gym, getting your body right, having a nice body will get you somewhere. Like, trust me on this. That's why we have some people called butterface or stuff like that. It does matter, you guys. Like, if you're a 4, just for example, if you're a 4, if you do work on your physique, you're gonna be 7 or you're gonna be 5, 6 to some people. So if I were you, you're gonna start to really pay attention to your body, not just because it's nice to look at aesthetically, but because it is, on the long run, you want to have a healthy body. Not just because people would like you better. It's also some people will probably respect you because you look, intimidating in a way, or you look well presented. Some people think like that. And then obviously, like if you want to have kids, you want to be in a good shape. You don't want to pass that gene of bad genes to your kids or offsprings. And in relationships, if you don't have cardio, how can you keep up with a woman if a woman really, really is good in bed? So, guys, if you want to be an alpha male, then better act like one. Do it. Not just with talk, not just with mouth, but do it. Like, show it. Ganon. Also, today is my cat's first birthday, meaning it is now an adult. Aww. Oh, yes, because last time you said birthday soon. And because of that, So, hold on. I forgot. Ashima. Is it Ashima, the cat's name? I forgot about that. Happy birthday to your cat, Hayden. And of course, happy birthday. Where's my birthday song? Aw. Happy birthday to Hayden's cat. Ayan, thank you guys. And Christian Andulan. Mami Icy. Thank you, Christian. Ayan, thank you. And Servo. True that. Yes, true that indeed. And so another one, this is also another one that kind of like wanted to show you because it's something that also be talked about lately in my streams or live stream. It's kind of like the topic of those things. And where is it? Ayan, nagkamali pa ako, guys. Ayan, so
jerked off 24/7 365 like they are in the States. A lot of Japanese girls have
let's start again.
In Japan, women are not like endlessly jerked off 24/7 365 like they are in the States. A lot of Japanese girls have low self-esteem. A lot of Japanese girls are unsure of themselves. There's a saying in Japan that says the nail whose head is sticking out from the rest is the one that attracts the hammer.
Actually, this is actually like one of the things that is actually really true about Japan. In America, everyone wants to achieve individuality, right? Like you want to be unique. And at the same time, like I don't remember in the Philippines, but I remember growing up, I just want to be unique. Like I'm not going to be the same as everyone else. In Japan, it's very different. You know, in Japan, everyone wants to achieve being the same as everyone else. So, he's saying something that is very true. That usually a lot of Japanese women doesn't want to be, like seen or get attraction. And it's part of our Japanese culture where we don't really want to bother people. It comes from that. That guy in the video is sounding like Andrew Tate. Oh, really? Yes, another one. So I am knowing all of these people, which is kind of weird in a sense, guys. But I guess they're so very popular.
Japanese people are taught not to stand out, especially the women. What happens, okay? A lot of these Japanese girls have complexes. They have low self-esteem. And what happens when people typically have low self-esteem? They overachieve. That's why.
That is very interesting when he says that. And I'm not just saying like, this is not just for Japanese people, but I think culturally, if you think about those people that have low self-esteem and they want to prove something, they usually overachieve things. And one of the things in Japan, and I think other Asian cultures as well, like Chinese, I think is the same thing. Like you want to achieve more because of that, what you lack, you'll want to achieve more. I also got Andrew Tate. I say it's a W thing. Oh, you got, okay. That's kind of weird.
That's why this nation is filled with beautiful women. This is also why when Western women come to Japan, they never last. They never last because they have it on easy mode back in their countries.
So I just wonder if that's actually like real, like I wonder if one of the things that actually makes up for a woman's lack of self-confidence is overachieving things. I never really think about it like that. So like having a low self-esteem, but sometimes in Japan it could be some woman in Japan, because it's not a trending, but it's kind of like, I don't know how to call it, but there's a behavior in Japan that women would actually play dumb. Like they would actually play stupid because it's cute. I don't know if you have that kind of thing in your country, but in Japan we have those things. Yeah. It's weird, but it does really happen. It's really true. Andrew, okay. Yes. So I don't know if ever like you guys are very updated on that, but there's a lot of things going on, I believe, because I think some people that I watch covers it, and I don't really want to know, but I guess he's very, 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 very popular. So right now, that's all I have for you guys. But if you want to do this more often, and if you want to react on things online or live, let me know. And also, you can actually like DM me your videos that you wanted to react. Every Saturday, we'll probably do stuff like this, like show you a little bits and pieces of the things I find in Japan as well, and just kind of like chat, have a discussion, stuff like that. It's really, really nice to have more information, different perspective. I do like it. But we are going to take a little break, Ayan. So if you are going to get anything done right now, you can go to the toilet if you want. But I hope you come back here. Stay tuned till the end. Let's talk about things, more stuff. But right now, we'll take a quick break. And don't go anywhere because I'll be right back. And we're back. Yes. Ayan. So, before I forgot, guys, I was wanting to ask you guys, have you ever had experiences when it comes to people picking you up in the streets? And how do you handle those things? O, diba? Very, very random question. Sa Tagalog, guys. na-experience nyo na ba yung may magpipick up sa inyo sa labas habang ginagawa nyo kung ano yung mga bagay na ginagawa ninyo sa araw-araw? Paano nyo dinidil yung mga ganong bagay pag natataon na may mga ganong pagkakataon sa inyong buhay? O, diba? So, I was just asking that question because for the longest time, we have this thing called in Japan, it's called nampa. Basically, it's how you pick up girls. You know, it's picking up girls on the streets. I tell them I'm out of their price range. That's a good one. That's a good one. I should probably use that. So, I had this, like, when I was like working. So, usually I would work super late and then I'll go on the train and I would have like earbuds on. Like, you will never see me outside walking about by myself, you know, without my headset on, because that's kind of like how I just mind my own business kind of thing. Having a background music while I walk out there. That's how I feel it, okay? Don't judge me. But, so I was like walking in the train and someone tapped me on my shoulder. And I was like thinking, at that point, everything is fast, okay? It's just kind of weird to, like, someone out of nowhere would tap you. And then I saw this dude, like, he's Japanese, which is actually weird because he looks really like early 30s and late 20s. And he's in a suit, which is our salaryman suit. Everyone has wearing a suit for whatever reason. So, he was tapping me in my shoulder and started asking questions. And then basically I was like thinking at first, it's just kind of weird. Like sometimes I would have this moment of innocence when it comes to like this type of things. But also I feel like, because we were watching earlier about how Japanese have low self-esteem. And I wonder, because I wouldn't say I have low self-esteem. I usually pride myself of being confident all the time. But I wonder if part of it is because of the culture of you don't like to be standing out, or you don't feel like, maybe that's why it's so rare to kind of like deal with a narcissistic person in Japan. Well, depending on who you ask, but in my opinion, I've never really had a hard time dealing with Japanese. Most of the other country or race that I've dealt with, because they don't really have that kind of complex in them, narcissistic. You have a pretty privilege. No, but let me finish this, Servo. Don't judge me, okay? So, I was walking and then he started talking to me like, you know, like, where are you going? What train are you getting? And in my head, it's like, I was weirded out because for the most years I've been in Japan, it's very, very rare someone would approach me. And I told you, like, in a way, it does feel and sound like it is what was happening with me on that day. But it never really get in my head on the first few phrases that we're talking, because I just really think he's just gonna ask what train to go from here, to go from there. But then when he said like, do you want to go with me in this station and then let's drink? That it just occurs to me. Hold on. Is he picking me up? You know? But the thing is like, it's so weird because in my head it's like, holy shit. Someone is actually picking me up, you know, because it's really rare for me to be approached with a guy. And I think, at least if I'm going to be honest, I think it's because, you know, like, as much as I have so much confidence in me and the way you're saying servo, as much as, you know, like, I've heard that many times, deep inside me, I feel like, you know, Now it's cringy when I say it because then you're gonna tell me, yo, please. No, but sometimes I do. And I think it's because of that culture in Japan that is like that. Like we have to be low self-esteem. Like we have to like down here, you know. I wonder if I have those kind of like, like fight, not fight, but conflicting conflicting character in me sometime. So many guy like that here in the Philippines. Ooh, for real admin. Sumasama ka naman. So I don't know. Like, but in a sense, when we were talking, there's a sense of like panic, kind of like not panic in a way where it's hysterical. It's almost like dug 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 dug. Like my heart kind of like race up a little bit and I feel threatened in a way. So I just remembered, which political party do you support if you do at all and ask with love and respect? Political party. I would assume this is America, right? Republican or Democrat or left or right. The thing is, I'm not really big in politics, so I usually stay away from it. And, I know you ask with love and respect, but we're gonna ask the audience. So, guys, if you have any political party, do you support? What do you support, guys? Ayan, from Lizzie Novak. And center for me. I am from Servo and Independent. A big no, I'm not that kind. Oh, what? Diba? But so when we're doing that, in my head, I'm a little bit threatened in a way, but at the same time, because it's Japan, it's safe. But I was like guarded up. Like I was really guarded up because this dude is big. So I might have to like use a lot of strength. But anyways, aside from that, being a live streamer and knowing the social issues that is happening right now, the ever famous trending of, guys are not allowed to even stare at a woman or approach them or whatever. Stuff like that. You know what I'm saying, guys? Because of these trending, I was just thinking I'm not gonna be rude to this guy just because I feel like he built a courage to ask a woman, and then get rejected. But then, so I think at that point when I was doing this, which is like weird in a sense in my head, because if I'm not a live streamer and I'm not into, I'm not into this whole discussion of why is it guys are having hard time dating and what are the struggles of men when it comes to dating and socializing with other women. I just really think that I did a good job, not being in that environment where guys feel shit about themselves for approaching women. So I feel like I have to pat me in the back. Like I just continue, even though I feel threatened, I just continue talking to him. And then basically it turns out to be like, and then at some point he was like, you don't really look Japanese. So what are you? So basically I told him I'm half. This is how the conversation goes, guys. So, like it's all kind of like I'm half, and then he started speaking in English. And then basically I told him, he asked me for, those little things, those small talks, I answered. And then I told him, well, your train is next, so you probably should hurry up. And then it's just kind of like that. It's almost like a small talk with a stranger, which at that point, after that, all that happened, I feel good about myself because I feel like, like I didn't add up to that kind of struggle that a lot of you guys have, supposedly. But, like I think a lot of you guys are too afraid of rejection. And don't get me wrong, girls as well is afraid of rejection as well. But I think if you like someone, if you're not being creepy about it, you should just really say it. Especially if you're a girl as well. You know how hard it is for a guy to be rejected, especially nowadays. There's a lot of weak minded, that couldn't take rejection. But just what I'm saying, Ayan. And Tony, good to see you in my live stream. Mega, mega love shout out to you, Tony. Rejection is good. I mean, I'm king of rejection. The thing is, guys, I could understand how hard it is to be rejected. I think it doesn't really matter how beautiful or how handsome are you. It just depends on who you ask of what kind of rejection they've ever had in their life. It doesn't really matter if you have this pretty privilege or handsome privilege. I think just everyone go through rejection. Because you have to understand, even the most beautiful woman would still be fooled by a very handsome man and vice versa. So I think rejection is really good. At the same time, you'll just really have to get over it. I don't know, but it's really, really scary to be rejected. I get that. But I think it's all about mindset, how you think about it afterwards you got rejected. Because for me, it really hurts when you got rejected. Like, for example, a job. Like the last time I feel rejected so much, it's almost like in a weird way discriminated so much is when I was, how do you call it? It's not dating, guys. Okay? Is when I was applying for a job. And this dream is actually very, very popular all over the world. And I was really kind of like just wanting to be in that job because it's kind of near me. So I don't really have to have problems with my train and transportation. But they reject me big time. Like, I didn't even get to have the person to person interview. They just they asked me a bunch of questions on the phone. And then after all of that questions asked, they would just end up saying like, you're not qualified. This is not for you or something like that, which for me up until this point, I'm pretty sure that the person I was talking in the phone is basically somebody I know from my job, and she's probably working in that, and she knows where I am because she definitely specifically asked where I'm working right now. So yeah, that was rejected by a person. Me also, many company reject me. Diba? So I think, being rejected, it's part of life. Just remember, when you get rejected, that means at that point for me, my mindset was like, well, I don't want it anyway. No, that's not my mindset. my mindset was like, well, maybe it's not just really for me. Maybe I'm just not a good fit for the company, and I'll try to other places. And I have a lot of rejections when it comes to, working as a personal trainer, because even in Japan, they usually look for qualifications in a sense of social media. Like if you don't have a lot of followers, and if you're not good at social media, they basically, based on that, they wouldn't even give you the job. So it's actually really one of the things that are very worrisome. I could say worrisome when it comes to being a personal trainer, because it's chaotic. Sometimes a lot of people would rather listen to a person who is not doesn't have a license as a personal trainer or doesn't even get through the whole process of, learning what you have to learn as a personal trainer versus those people that are very famous in social media and stuff like that. I see myself on my transformation photos. Yes, that's actually good. You know what? I was actually like trying to look for a photo of me as well when I got fat. But the thing is, I've told you guys, I'm not really a picture person. Like I don't really take pictures. So for some weird reason, I couldn't find any picture, but I think I found a video of me that would see a little bit. So maybe, but because it's back in the day, I wonder. I wonder if I could show it to you guys one day. Do you want to see it, guys? How fat I am. But yes, because it's actually a thing. Like, if you want to be a fitness channel on YouTube, or at least if you want to be, like if you want to sell a lot as a personal trainer, pictures does something, especially the before and after. It always sell. It does always sells. When you were yes, another word of thick. And I had this conversation last time when they say thick. Back in the day, thick just means J-Lo, right? Remember when J-Lo got super popular because she has a huge boom boom? So that's thick, but basically with curves and not just, like really, really nice curves, and then a big boom boom. Back in the day, that's the word thick. That's what I thought of thick. But I feel like lately, and I was actually agreeing to the person that was saying this, lately the word thick just, it doesn't even, it's not what it means anymore. You know what I'm saying, guys? Yes. So if you understand that, that's what servo means. But there's a lot of just really word. Yeah. We call fat. Yeah, another word, fat, with the PH, right? So I don't know. But you guys, like there's also this thing where like sometimes like gradations. We're going here, Servo. Like the gradations started this. I feel like the surgically, I mean, I don't have anything like against it. Like really. Like you can actually do whatever you want on your body because it's your body, it's your decision. And I think I've been pondering upon this thought. I just kind of want to share it. I don't know, maybe you think the same way. And if you're into like fitness, which is servo, I think I would want to have your opinion as well with this one. But when it comes to surgery, like how do you call this? Like how do you call the plastic surgery on yourself? Like I don't have problems with certain, not that it's my business. I'm just saying it's opinion, guys, okay? Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying is if it's something that couldn't be changed organically, like, your nose, how big of your nose, if you have a bridge or you don't have a bridge, or like your eyes, it's not wide enough, or, like you don't have like in Japan and Korea, we don't have like American and other countries that have that kind of like nice deep eyes. We don't have that. So we usually have that. Like you're probably gonna ask me, no, I don't have that. So, I don't have problems with things that you cannot organically change at all. And if you have the money for it, it's your money, go for it. But when it comes to like boom boom, like biceps any part of the muscle in your country, every muscle part in your country. What am I saying? My brain is so fast, guys. I'm just saying, boom boom is a big muscle. You can do it. Anyone can make their boom boom nice, perky, and big. Now, if we're talking about diaper big, well, that's the difference of that's probably your preference, but at the same time, it's I'm a person who's always about trying to do something naturally first before surgeries or meds. I don't care about my face or whatever, but I do plan on getting skin reduction surgery at some point. Oh, yes, and like that, like something that you just cannot change organically, right? So, like, we're talking about this. For example, yeah, the big ass tits and muscles is retarded. And the thing is, there's this discussion as well. Like, how about those, like muscles, they can get bigger. But there's actually one I saw. I didn't watch it because I'm trying to stay away from it. But I guess he's popular. I don't know. It's kind of like, I don't know if it's TikTok or shorts. But this guy with like, it's almost like a big biceps. I think he put something in there in his biceps. And it's just big. It's just weird. If you know who I'm saying, guys, that one. It's just like, God bless him. He probably likes the way it looks, but I don't know if it's necessary. You know what I'm saying? Sorry to be blunt. Diba? Ayan. Don't be sorry. Ayan. Good morning and good morning to you, Miss D Diaries. Ayan. But the thing is, that's what I'm saying. Like, what else that are, like, for example, liposuction. Like, yeah, go for it. That's your money. I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about losing fat organically. If you have the money, I guess go for it. And also there's like, I hope I pronounced this correctly, bariatric surgery, the one in the stomach for the super obese people. But the thing is, guys, these are temporary, If you get liposuction, you'll get to that without the work. But at the same time, your doctor probably tell you to do lifestyle changes because you cannot do liposuction all the time. It's very risky. But if you're going to change your lifestyle, then that is going to be more worth it in the long run. Here's my thing about that. If you're so fat you can't move and are going to die, then go for it. But outside of that, no. Yeah, like that. Like certain things that you cannot change. Certain things that you are actually, it's not you can't, but you won't do because you'd rather. But if you have the money for it, go for it. But at the same time, I'm just telling you, even with people who have like surgery on their stomach, which is, I think it's called bariatric surgery. Am I correct? If I'm not, let me know. But what I'm saying is like those people, they actually do, like, doctors and therapists are probably going to tell you, like, they're going to pay attention on your mental state as well. Because everything is mental. And that's why I'm telling you, if you're not mentally fit, you're not going to be able to reach that, the highest achievement you can get out of your body when it comes to physical fitness. So it's all about lifestyle change, I think, even if you go through all of those things. Yeah, so where did it come from? So those are the things that I think, sometimes it's just random thoughts that you think of. And yeah, it's weird, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys would probably disagree. But it's okay. It's okay to disagree, guys. Remember that. We have to learn to remember that we can agree to disagree. It's all discussion, you guys. There's no right, there's no wrong. It's all about discussion. And if you want to take something out of this conversation and implement in your own life that you think it's better, then that's another step. That's a good start on how you can get better yourself, how you can get better. Something like I'm trying to find words in my own head. But anyways, guys, I really, really am thankful for you guys. It's Saturday and I know that tomorrow some of you guys doesn't work. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful night. You know, if you're going to have a drink with someone or you're just going to chill, at home and stuff like that. I hope you have a wonderful day. And some of you guys, if you're in another part of country and you're just starting your day, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. And I'll probably see you again next Saturday. And of course, next Saturday, I'm going to announce the Miss March. Yes. So it's still, the entry is still open if you want to join the game, if you want to join our March challenge. Please do let me know and then DM me or PM me on my social media so we can actually, like online assessment. If you need a personal trainer online, I can do that once a week. Once a month. Yes, I'm gonna be your personal trainer once a month. I'm gonna assess your form and stuff like that, ask your questions. That would be every last Saturday of the month. If you have any question about your personal fitness journey, let me know. Ask me any questions. And if you have random thought and you want to discuss about it, also, just send a story or anything at all on my social media or anything of my video that you think you want more discussions about. Just comment on it and we'll talk about it next Saturday again, 10:45 p.m. Japanese Standard Time. And good to finally see you live. I know, Tony. Thank you for actually coming to my live stream. I do appreciate that. I do like the conversation from time to time. And your last question, I didn't get to reply on it. I think you're asking about Japanese. Yes. If it's possible, I could. But me too, I'm trying to learn a lot of stuff. But anytime you want to have a company on your Saturday night, you guys, I really appreciate you coming into my live stream. This is every Saturday. We talk about just anything, just if you have rants, if you have stresses, just say it. Wait for Saturday and let me know about it. And we will talk about it. Let me be your life journey partner virtually. Diba? Ayan. And okay, bye everyone and bye guys. Ayan, please join Mr. and Mrs. March. And guys, thank you so much. Again, please do subscribe, like, and share this video. And I'm gonna have uploads so you don't miss anything of it. Turn on all notification bell. I probably butchered everything up. So thank you guys and I'll see you again next Saturday. Mwah! Love you all and ciao ciao. Oyasumi nasai. Otsukare-sama deshita. Bye bye.
Wow! Congratulations!